So, yeah, look, admittedly, I'm a fucking psycho. And I am. Dude, I have dreams. I had a dream 2 years ago that still haunts me. You know? You ever have one of those dreams where you think you woke up, but you didn't? You know? And you're just sitting up and it feels like your house. I had one of those dreams, right? So I sat up in bed and I looked over and there was this little girl in the corner of the room, no idea who she was. She was like 3, 4 years old and she was talking to me, but I couldn't understand what she was saying. She was just standing in the corner just going, I was like, what? What'd you say? I can't hear you, sweetheart. You got to come a little closer. She walked like halfway to the bed. She's like nodding her head, just going, big like the Grudge eyes. I'm just like, you got to come closer. She walks all the way up to the bed. I was just like, I couldn't hear you, sweetheart. What'd you say? What did you say? And she just nods and just goes, you're gonna kill yourself. I just sat up like, Aah! Like, no, I'm not. No, I am not. My wife wakes up. What's the matter? I'm like, I just had like the most scary dream I've ever had in my life. It was horrible. She's like, was I in it? No, you self-centered jackass. Jesus Christ. Not everything is about you, sweetheart. I love you, but it's not all about you. Now shut up. I tried to go to sleep in the same position so I'd run into that little girl again so I could just be like, look, you little shit. You don't go around saying that to people. Now, I'm not going to kill myself. I don't know what that dream meant, you know, because you dream in metaphors, man, you know? I don't know. It just freaks me out, though, you know? Disturbs my wife and shit, but, you know, there is one good thing about being a psycho, you know? One of the great things about being a psycho is you can spot another psycho from a mile away, you know? That's a really great thing. I can spot him, you know? It's in the eyes. Never look at the costume. Nice people look at the costume. They'll see someone in, like, dad jeans, you know, pushing their kid on the swing, you know, the whole nerdy sweater. Hey, how you doing? You believe the summer's already over? I mean, this is crazy, right? Oh, this one here has got me running around, you know. She's running the house. She's running the house. People always like, oh, my God, he's so nice. Such a great family, man. And I'm just sitting thinking in my head like, dude, that guy is a fucking psycho. He's a psycho. Look at his eyes. You don't see that? That dude is barely hanging on. He is white-knuckling it through all the shit he thinks he's supposed to do. All that fucking guy needs, he just needs a little nudge. That's it, just a little nudge. You have no idea what that guy's capable of. I would not want to see the hard drive of that man's computer. I'm telling you. Yeah, so I do it all the time. I'm pretty good at it, picking out. I've been battling with my girlfriend lately. She likes watching reality TV. You know those shows where they like stick 10 whores in a house? Somebody tries to find a wife, you know, who has the immunity, right? All those Real Housewives with those shiny Botox faces, all yanked back like they had their heads out the side of a bullet train, right? Why do people get facelifts? Huh? Can't you look at other facelifts and realize they haven't worked all the bugs out yet? Right? Is that what you want to look like? Like you lost a fight 3 days ago, you're just getting back on your feet? Makes no sense. I understand liposuction. They mess that up, you can put a shirt on. There's no shirt for your face. Dude, if you're thinking about getting a facelift, do yourself a favor. Just wait it out. Let them practice on other people's faces. When they work it out, then you go in. It's like hair plugs. Hair plugs don't look half bad now. Saw a guy in a commercial the other night. He's like, ah, God, I wish I did this 10 years ago. It's like, no, you don't. 10 years ago, when they were stapling ant legs to the top of people's heads, everybody's eyes watering, trying not to look at your hairline. Dude, you got to be happy with who you are, man. There's nothing wrong with being 45 and looking 45. Would you rather be 45 and look 45 or be 45 and look like a 28-year-old lizard? You know? That's basically your options. Yeah. What else has been bugging me lately? Tiger Woods' wife, soon to be ex-wife, thank God. You know, unbelievable. She got a lot of nerve, that one. She really does. really should have been Tiger Woods' response to her, that whole fucking... She'd be like, you know, you got a lot of nerve. And then just walk away. Just walk away. Just let her... Think about that for a while. Give me a fucking break. What is she bitching about again, exactly? He bought her 6 houses in a fucking island. If I was dating a woman who did all that, she could bang anybody she wanted. I don't care. Fuck them all. Can I have another car? This is awesome. This is awesome. I do nothing all day. It's exactly what everybody dreams of, right? Because it's everybody's dream. As much as you want to make it in this business and everything, don't you have a figure in your head? Once I make this much money, that's it. I'm tapping out. Fuck everybody. Suck my dick is my outgoing message on the machine. I'll pick it up if I want to, if I feel like it. I'm sick of putting checkers in between my toes or whatever freaky thing you do if you had all kinds of free time. No, she does. She's got a lot of nerve. She's got a lot of nerve. She married the king. Right? You married the king. You know what that means. King gets extra pussy. That's how it works. That's how it's always worked. The king has always gotten extra. The king doesn't get extra. What am I working for? What am I dragging myself up the mountain for? I'm going to get up there and I'm going to get the same amount as some fat fuck at a hardware store? It's ridiculous. Don't marry the king. You want a loyal guy? Marry a serf. Go get some guy. With a compact car, driving to work every day to some fucking cubicle. That guy's loyal. He doesn't walk to his car having to beat women off him, you know? I know that's a ridiculous point of view, but come on. Honestly, and at no point, they're talking about her like he was slapping her around. I like when they say that shit. There's no excuse to have you hit a woman. They always say that on shows. There's no excuse to have you hit a woman. Really? I can give you like 15 right off the top of my head. You just don't do it. You just don't do it. If you just sit there and act as though, but just the level of ego of that is just, it's incredible. All right. I got a dog. I gotta bring it around. Something happy. Something. Show that I'm not heartless. Where is the light, by the way? Where is that it right there? So you're going to give it to me if there's a problem, right? That was unbelievably unprofessional. Just saw a lot of lights up there. Like, that one's kind of dimmer than the other one. I got a dog. Went down to the pound. I got one of those free dogs. That's how I say it. I got a free dog. I don't say I rescued one. I think that's obnoxious. And a gross exaggeration. I hate when people say that. She's a rescue. Yeah, I rescued her. Really? Did you pull her out of a burning building? Did you jump in a river with your wingtips still on? With no concern for your own safety? Or did you just go down to the pound and get a free dog? Is that what you think? Stop acting like you had to take out a couple of guards and crawling on your elbows, using hand signals. You ever go down to the pound? They're just giving them away. They don't even do a background check. You want them? Get out of here. That's it. It's over. So I'm looking at this dog. So, you know, I like a bigger dog. So I'm looking at this one, but, you know, I'm looking at the dog. I'm like, is that a pit bull? And the lady's like, no, it's not a pit bull. It's a mix. Really? Mixed with what? Another pit bull? Look at that. It's like he's been doing pull-ups its entire life. Front paws were still taped up and shadow boxing. It's a pit bull. I don't know what it was. I fell in love with it though, man. I love the dog. You know? I know a lot of people don't like pit bulls because, you know, they ate some people or whatever they did. Time a pit bull does anything, it's on the news. It's ridiculous. All those little dogs biting people all the time. How many people got bit by dachshunds last year? Anybody have the stats on that? You don't. They're like bankers. No one gives a shit. They just fucking get away with it. It's white-collar crime, those little dogs. Pit bulls even look at anybody. There's a big news van outside with a satellite. It's got to be put down, or they're awesome dogs. You owe it to yourself, I'm telling you. At some point in your life to walk down the street with a pit bull. It's tremendous. People just get out of the way. It's awesome. 3-4 blocks away, they just start crossing the street. I love it. You know, my dog. It's like I'm tough by association, you know? Got a little street cred. They're awesome. Totally sold on the breed. I can't even describe that feeling walking down the street with a pit bull. It's like a gun you can pet. That's the best way to describe it. I love it. No, they're really loyal dogs, and you know, I'm not gonna lie to you, she's out of her mind. You know, that's one of the things Sarah McLachlan doesn't talk about when she's whining about those dogs. You know? Yeah, shelter dogs are crazy. My dog has like nightmares. It's like running in his sleep. Come on, you motherfuckers, you know? You're not supposed to wake a human being, you know, if they're having a nightmare. What do I do with a pit bull, you know? So. All right, how can I get out of this? What's the last thing? Oh, here's one with you. I was having lunch with this girl, right? And right in the middle of lunch, she looks across the table. And we were in this restaurant. She goes, this is going to seem oddly racist. And I was like, all right, this is going to be awesome. All right. Thought this was going to be a boring lunch. Okay, let's have it. What do you got? She just goes, there are a lot of Asians in this restaurant. I'm like, that's not racist. That's an observation. There are a lot of Asians in this restaurant. However, if you were to say, what the fuck are all these fucking Asians in this goddamn restaurant? Now that would seem oddly racist. Listen, I'm out of time. You guys are a lot of fun. Thank you so much for having me. Mustard, he had like a moment of honesty. They were like, why can't you guys win a game? He's like, oh, you know, the offense isn't getting it done. You know, defense, you know, they're too slow and they just run up. Tell me, we gotta get some more black guys in this team, because I'm telling you, it's just not. And immediately, everybody's like, what? Actually, I got a couple of friends of African persuasion, and I gotta get rid of them, man. I gotta admit to you. I'm finding I'm spending too much money on clothes hanging out with them, because I gotta like fucking try to keep up with their wardrobe. It's like every time they go out, they got all brand new shit on. All brand new shit. So when I show up with my white version of brand new, which is, you know, I ironed the shit, right? I ironed it, right? It's new. They just start trashing me. I can't keep up with them, man. They got like fucking 58 pairs of sneakers. Ever notice that shit? Like every color fucking Timberland. And I don't give a shit what fucked up color their shirt is. They got a pair of shoes to match it and a hat. It's like a rule or something. They're the worst. Even when you wear some new shit, there's like some sort of rule that you gotta like space out the amount of time within which like that you wear it. Because God forbid you wear the same shirt within a 10-day period, one of them's gonna notice. All of a sudden just look at you funny like, this motherfucker's got the same shit he had on last Tuesday. And then the whole crowd's like, oh shit! Then everybody just starts making fun of your fucking clothes. First they do the math, like, what was that, 5 days ago? 5 days? This motherfucker got 5 shirts! He got 5 shirts! And they start breaking it down. Yo, his first shirt be saying Monday, next shirt be saying Tuesday. Yo, on the weekend, he ain't been wearing no shirt. I'll tell you, that's actually funny. You know what? That's actually how I judge black guys now. When I first came to the city, like, all black people scared me. No, I was like the typical white dude from like the suburbs, you know what I mean? Had no frame of reference, you know? So my only frame of reference with black people was like, remember those early 90s gangster rap videos? Throw the fucking LA riots in there, man. It was fucking horrible PR. I'm watching the videos, look, he's got a nice car, he's got all the women, and he's still fucking mad. These black dudes are never happy. But after 10 years of living in the city, this is how I narrow it down. Whether black dude scares me or not. Black dudes with dirty sneakers scare the fucking shit out of me. No. I figured out in my head, because I know from hanging out with them, that's the last shit that they're gonna let go. The immediate shit that they have on. So I think, you know, if his sneakers are fucked up, that means his life is fucked up. Every time he leaves his building, the whole neighborhood, oh, shit! Everyone starts making fun of him. He's on the train in a bad mood. I kind of have this howdy-doody, kind of mug-me kind of face. I'm not saying something's gonna happen. I'm just saying, I'm paying attention. So I've been seeing this girl recently, this black girl, right? She lives up in Harlem, you know, gone out like 3-4 times, you know. First time we hung out in like the Village area in New York, you know, which is sort of like a racially mixed area. So shit was cool, you know what I mean? Second time we hung out was more like Midtown, you know. Then the third time, she called me at like 3:30 in the morning, and she wanted me to come up to her apartment, right? So it's 3:30 in the morning, she lives in Harlem, I look how I look, so it's a fucking situation. Yeah, because you know the deal, right? Basically, a white dude feels comfortable up to about like 98th, 99th Street, you know what I'm saying? The second the streets start getting into like triple digits, like 100, 101st Street, start getting like a little asthma, like, ah, fuck, it's starting to get a little high up here. You feel that little tightness in your chest? Can you feel that? 106th Street, you're like leaning on shit, like, dude, where'd all the cabs go? How come there's no taxis up here? Dude, what's a bodega? I don't know what that is. Let's get the fuck out of here. So I'm praying to God she's gonna tell me to take the subway, get off at like 105th Street, 103rd, you know, which is like the first stop in Harlem where I can still look over my shoulder and see like all the white people like disappearing over the horizon, you know? But she goes, no, man, you want to get on the Uptown 2-3 train, you want to get off at 125th Street. I'm like, God, fuck, 125th Street. Jesus Christ, that's like right in the middle of everything. I'm gonna be surrounded on all 4 sides. I can't fucking do this. So, at this point, I'm really trying to hide like the bitchy tone that's starting to creep into my voice, you know? And I'm trying to ask for really specific directions for when I get up there, because I want to know exactly where I'm going. So she starts naming the streets I have to go down, and every other street up there is named after like a black leader, you know? She's like, make a left on Adam Clayton, take a right on Frederick Douglass. I'm like, ah, fuck Adam Clayton. Yo, dude, go on the internet, look up Adam Clayton. Did he kill a bunch of white people during the slave revolt? Dude, I ain't going up there till I know what Adam Clayton did. Fuck this shit. So at this point, I'm really having a battle with myself. Because I'm thinking I can't do this, right? I'm like, I can't do this, but my dick's going, no, come on, man, we can do this, all right? Just relax. Pull yourself together and get on the goddamn train, right? So as always, I listen to my dick. Oh yeah, I get on the train. By the time I get up there, it's like 5 or 4 in the morning, right? I'm staying on like Malcolm X and like Danny Glover or some shit, right? I don't even know where the hell I'm at. But I see the street I want to go up. I want to go up St. Nick. I can literally see her apartment building, but there's like 5 or 6 black dudes standing right on the corner, right where I want to walk by. So I'm like, fuck! I felt like I was on like some reality show at that point, like some sort of like white guy survivor. It was ridiculous. So I'm thinking, I gotta walk right by these guys, right? You know what's funny? I think that they were actually more surprised to see me than I was scared, you know? And I was really, really scared, you know, but I'm also really, really white, you know? Like shockingly Caucasian. You know what I mean? Like if you're not ready for me, I can like surprise you. No, especially if you live up there. You've probably seen a white person for hours, possibly days. So when I show up, it's almost like magical. Like a leprechaun came out of nowhere, you know? Felt like I should have had like a little pot of gold, like a rainbow behind me. Top of the morning to you, latte. Kind of danced my way past them. But it's been going all right, you know? Once I get in her apartment, I'm fine, you know? I relax. Sit down, you know, watch a hip-hop countdown. Pretend like I know the groups, you know what I mean? It's just getting there that's a fucking pain in the ass. But, you know, I don't get mad at it, because I figure, you know, black dudes got to go through the same shit, though, right? When you go out to the suburbs, go fuck a white girl, right? Just that same awful feeling of just leaving your people behind, you know, just less and less of you as you're fucking driving out there. Probably start off lean and you're all fucking cool. 20 minutes in, you're driving like 10 and 2, the radio's up. Like, dude, I don't like this shit. I don't like this shit at all.
There's too much grass. I don't see any rims. This is fucked up. None of the windows are tinted. I can clearly see white people in every car. This is fucked up. Listen, you guys were awesome. Thank you so much for coming out.
South, man, I had a real weird experience last time I came down here. I was in Nashville, right? Sort of an awkward social situation, right? I'm sitting at this bar. There's this white dude sitting like 2 stools away. I don't know him. He doesn't know me. And that Terrell Owens story was in like sports news. So I try to make conversation. I'm like, man, look at this guy. This guy just signed a $40 million contract. He's already bitching, man. How much money do you need to make? And the dude looks at me. He's like, you know what I say? And then he looked over his shoulder, which I now know is the telltale sign that the N-word is coming, and it's coming hard. Oh yeah, it's not going to be pronounced with the A, it's going to be with the R, and he hit the R, he like stuck the landing. It was like a dismount, Klan members high-fiving in the background, like doing the wave. Just out of nowhere. So now, immediately, I'm looking over my shoulder like, dude, what the hell are you doing? You know what I mean? I'm waiting for like this hail of black fists to come raining down on top of me. I hate when people do stuff like that. That dude made me part of like a potential ass kicking that I had nothing to do with. You don't do shit like that. He just had that word, hot potato, just threw it in my lap. Like, trying to pass it down to the next white dude. I hate when people do that, man. You know, it's like, dude, feel me out first. Ask some questions. Do you like to fish? Have you ever fucked your sister, right? I start rattling off answers, then you go old school. You give me a pamphlet, you tell me about your militia. Don't just dive into it. That dude was one of the angriest people I ever met. I should have known that word was coming, because he was just watching Terrell, right? Anytime I would bring up, look at man, that guy's talking trash, he would just like flip out. He won't shut up! You know those people get like so mad they're not even looking at you? Their eyes are up, you just shut up and play the game! You know what's funny? I don't even like Terrell, but now I love the guy. Because every time I see him talking trash, I know this idiot in Nashville is just losing his mind, like kicking over his kitchen TV. Shut the fuck up! I like violence, man. I am. Not like when it happens to me or if I see it live. I like watching it on TV, you know? Watching people, you know, get attacked by animals. Just get blasted in the face or something, you know? Like, I'm a huge sports fan. You know my favorite, like, moment of, like, the last year was in sports? That Detroit Piston, Indiana Pacer bench clearing brawl. Wasn't that great? That was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was so confused when I watched ESPN that day. They were like, that was absolutely disgraceful. Basketball fans, they just must be... I'm sitting there looking like, I'm a basketball fan. I loved it. I thoroughly enjoyed watching out-of-shape civilians get the shit kicked out of them by professional athletes. It was fascinating. And I think as sports fans, we kind of had it coming, right? Because how many times you gone to a game, right? You got a little too drunk, you started screaming at some dude on the field who could clearly kick the shit out of you, right? If you saw him in the parking lot, you'd be like, hey, can you sign my stamp collection? I think you're awesome. You get in the game, you're all drunk, you're like, you suck, buddy! You're a piece of shit! And they're always calling him up, come on up here! No, come on up here! Well, they came up there. They did, and they kicked the shit out of everybody. It was great. It was like a cartoon. You're like beating up whole rows of people at once, like... I loved every second. I love how Ron Artest punched the wrong guy. Wasn't that great? He taught that dude a valuable lesson in life. When shit goes down, you don't just stand there like you're watching a movie like, wow, it's coming right at me. Must be in 3D or something. That was a 5'6", 110-pound white dude, had an angry 6'10" black dude running right at him. That had to have been in his top 3 nightmares all time. Right behind getting his dick cut off and being lit on fire. And he just stood there. He's like trying to explain himself. Well, I still have the liquid in my cup, so there's no way I could have... He's an idiot.
people in the stands. I mean, that's just like what's entertainment for me now, you know? I like that Jimmy the Greek moment that happens in sports, you know? Like once every 4 or 5 years, you know that? Like some 50, 55-year-old white dude tries to explain why black people are kicking the shit out of white people in practically every major sport, you know? And it always goes down the same way, right? There's always like 3 white dudes, and the one white dude in the middle, he's always like the guy with like the theory. You know, he's always like, you know, it seems these African-American athletes, they seem to have this quick twitch muscle fiber. You know, there's a slow twitch, and there's this quick twitch. And the second the dude says that, like the other 2 white dudes start like sliding out of frame, like, okay, this guy's getting fired, and I'm not gonna be part of this highlight. Nice knowing you, Ned. Keep that seat warm, right? And the dude in the middle, he's just like hell-bent on getting fired. You know, he starts like bringing up slavery. And evidently they were breeding the strongest man with the strongest woman and that quick twitch. And literally 20 minutes later, that dude's on TV. He's like fired, right? He's crying. His family's standing there. He's got like a box of shit from his desk with like an Emmy sticking out. He's like, I don't know what I said. I was just talking about the quick twitch and the slow twitch. And I wasn't just trying to make a point. No, I love that. I love seeing people mess up their careers like that. It's just funny to me. Plus, I gotta admit, as a white dude, on some level, I have to believe in that theory, because it's like, are white dudes that bad at basketball? I can't even watch the NBA anymore, man. It's like every highlight, the white dude's like that, the black dude has like his nuts in his face, fucking blah! I'm just sitting at home like, for the love of God, tackle the guy. Jesus Christ, get out of the way. Do you ever get tired of those 2 nuts flying over your head? You know you're gonna be on SportsCenter. Just get out of the way. Dude, I'm telling you, there's gotta be something to that theory. I saw this show one time on runaway slaves. It was one of the most amazing programs I've ever seen in my life. Dude, when you ran away as a slave, you just didn't run to the end of the driveway and be like, fuck that job. Just start walking down the street. Dude, you had to like run through whole states. There's dogs chasing you, you're hurdling shit, you're swimming. Those were the first fucking triathletes. And there was nobody helping them out. There was no dude on the side of the road like, come on, man, 2 more states, you're in Ohio. Suck it up, you're looking good, looking good. Yeah, dude, you were on your own. Did any wonder? 250, 300 years of that shit, and then I'm gonna D you up in gym class? It ain't happening. I come from hundreds of years of alcoholics. I got like half a liver, you know what I mean? It's just... You know what's funny to me about that stuff? You can't even like, you know, I obviously know that theory's crazy, but it's just like, you can't even bring up how well black people are doing in sports. Everybody gets all weird about it, which I don't understand, because it's like a compliment, you know? Like, feel how weird it is right now. You know, I just brought that shit up. I'm saying something good, right? It's like I saw a coach get in trouble for that shit. Like, his team was like 0-6 or something. They just couldn't win, and every week the press was just getting on him more and more and more, right? And the dude, he was just like flustered, and he had like a moment of honesty. They were like, why can't you guys win a game? He's like, oh, you know, I don't know, the offense isn't getting it done, you know, defense, you know, they're too slow, and they just run up. Tell me, we gotta get some more black guys in this team, but I'm telling you, it's just not. And immediately, everybody's like, what? Everyone started freaking out like they had no idea what this dude was talking about. It's like, are you watching SportsCenter? Or do you see the Olympics? Like, I love the 100-meter dash, right? There's always like 9 black dudes and that one token white guy in like lane 8. I'm just sitting there going, come on, man, one time. Just one time, just win the bronze, just do what you gotta do. And the white dude always stays with him till like the first turn, then he like fucking blows out his hammy. Those other 8 black dudes are like, where's that white dude the next Olympics? He's like up in the broadcast booth, his career's over. He's like a commentator. Yeah, it's gonna be a great race. Still can't feel my fucking toes, but I'm telling you. No, I don't get it. It's like a compliment. We're saying you're fast. That's a good thing, right? People start all freaking out. Oh, you're acting like that's all we can do. You're saying we can't be scientists. No, we're not. All we're saying is if there was a race to the microscopes, you fuckers would win. We're just saying that you're fast. You get there first. Your lab coat would be flapping in the wind. I'd get there like 3 minutes later, all cramped up. Are you looking at bacteria? No, you go first. You just go first. Jesus Christ. It was a Volvo. The guy ran by a Volvo in street shoes. I've never seen that before in my life. No, I get into those arguments all the time. All the time. Friends of mine will be like, well, how come anytime a black athlete does something, they say it's an athletic move? Anytime a white athlete does it, they say it's an intelligent move. And it's like, well, fair enough, man. It just depends on what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like, if you read a defense, white or black, that's an intelligent move, right? But if you take off from the foul line, jump over 9 other dudes, and throw the shit down, those other 9 guys aren't standing there like, fuck, why didn't I think of that shit? Here I am dribbling around, guys. That's some superhero shit. Shit like a cape flapping in the wind with a big S on your chest. I'm telling you, man, that's the funny thing about Hitler. Just let me finish. Let me work my way through this idea. No, that's my favorite sports clip is that Jesse Owens shit. I just love it because their whole angle was fucked up. He made Hitler leave in like the 3rd quarter, right? He's putting down his number 1 finger, just fucking walking out of the stadium. Jesus Christ. Their whole thing was like, we are going to create a superior race. It's like, dude, I think we accidentally already did that. We send a select group of people to the gym every day for a couple hundred years. It's paying dividends. They're fucking dunking on us every day. Dude, how quiet was that limo ride home with Hitler? You know what I'm saying? He was talking crazy shit when they were on the way there. They were all amped up. We are going to dominate, Sieg Heil, just going off. That whole ride home, they're just sitting there all quiet. You're sitting next to an even angrier than usual Adolf Hitler, trying to make some sort of small talk, like, it is one nice day, isn't it? Nice boot. Thank you. How are you? Nice to be here. I'm an easily frustrated individual. Like recently, I went to go buy some t-shirts, right? All I wanted was like one solid color. It took me 20 minutes just to find a t-shirt that was just like one solid color, Because nowadays, all the t-shirts, they have to have like those stupid like balls to the wall sports slogans across them. You know what I mean? They say like above the rim, or like life short, play hard. There's like some 60-pound dork standing there wearing the shirt going, yeah, I'm crazy, I got no fear. I think you should have the real slogans across these t-shirts like no girlfriend. Living at home with parents. 83 escort, yeah! Living large. Making $4.10 an hour, who's the man? They're losers. These are the same people. They go out and they buy like those Air Jordans in this Shaq shoe, thinking it's gonna make them like a better hoop player, Spend like $150. I got the Shaq shoe. I'm gonna be awesome, man. Like kicking the ball. It's like, no, dude, you suck and now you're poor. So, anyways, went out with this girl the other night. I got fixed up because I'm a dork, and that's basically how it works. And I don't even know this woman, okay? Don't even know her. And right off the bat, she starts like telling me all these crazy stories about her life, And she keeps making this face at the end of it, right? She's like freaking me out. She's like, oh my God, Bill, you wouldn't believe this, right? Isn't that? I came in late. I didn't think it was any big deal, but my mom was still up. She's like, where have you been? I was like, have you seen girls do that? I was like, what the hell was that mean? She's like ending every story this way the whole day. She's like, God, Blake today, Jill was there with a new boyfriend. I was like, it's like freaking out. I'm like, what do I have to do? End my stories with faces? Okay, I was driving to work today. Someone cut me off. I was like, it's ridiculous. The whole day she's like, I'm going, everybody's looking at us like, finally just like brought her home like an hour earlier and her dad was like, way to go, son. So anyways, I'm driving home from the state and I'm alone, right? I'm looking around my car, okay? I'm looking around, I got 4 doors, I got 4 seats, I got all this space, You know what I realized? I don't need it. You know what I mean? I live alone. I don't need a 4-door car. I need like a one passenger, like one door, one little wiper, one little spray thing, you know? Just make the rest a trunk. You know what I mean? But you know what stinks when you only need one? Is everything comes in fours. You know, like the other day I went to buy some dishes. What do I get? What do I get? I get 4 plates. I get 4 forks, 4 spoons, 4 knives, 4 glasses. Buy a table, I get 4 chairs. You know, all it is a constant reminder that I'm alone and I'm a loser. You know? It's like, wow, look at all the chairs. How come they're all empty? Oh yeah, I'm alone. All right. Tell you know what the worst are? Are the cookbooks. Cookbooks are the worst because it's always cooking for 4. You know what I mean? It's always like, and I flunked math. So I can't divide a third of a cup by 4, so I got to cook the whole stupid thing. And all this spaghetti. Look at all the spaghetti. Why is there so much food? Oh yeah, I'm alone. I'm a loser. They should have like a loser cookbook. You know? Cooking for 1, alone and dealing with it. Recipes be like, take 3 peas and 1 carrot, put it in the microwave and cry. So, as you can see, basically a frustrated guy, and I've actually tried to look back in my life, see what the source of all my anger is, you know. Can't afford therapy, so I was like, all right, to hell with it. I'll analyze myself, it's cheaper. What the hell? So I've narrowed this down. Basically, when I was a kid, I used to have like bright orange hair. It wasn't like this reddish brown crap that you see. It was like bright orange, right? And it was like the 70s, so I had this big afro. So I'm walking around like a total loser, but I'm 3 years old, I just got here, I don't know I'm a loser, right? I'm thinking I'm looking cool, like, all right, yeah. So one day I put on the Brady Bunch. Remember that episode where Bobby washed Greg's hair? With that really cheesy shampoo? His hair like turns all orange. And he like freaks out, like looks right at the camera, he's like, graduation's tomorrow, and I have orange hair. I'm like 3 years old, going, what the hell's wrong with that? My name's Burr, you guys had a lot of fun, thanks a lot.
Very funny. Billy Burr, everybody. Take a break. We'll be right back.
No, we were watching it the other day. Oprah's on there. She's interviewing some clam, And she's giving her this big, ridiculous intro. Like, she's done this, she's done that, she's done this, and she does the most difficult job on the planet. She's the mother, and continues on. And immediately, I just look at my girlfriend like, like, really? Being a mother is the most difficult job on the planet. Oh yeah, all those mothers who die every year from black lung, from inhaling all that coal dust. Dude, women are just constantly patting themselves on the back about how difficult their lives are, and no one corrects them because they want to them. So there's just this tornado of like misinformation. Hey, the most difficult job on the planet. What would you rather be doing? Drilling to the center of the earth, shaking hands with the devil? Every time there's a rumble in the ground, you wait for the whole thing to collapse down on top of you so they can write that folk song about you, Would you rather be up in the sunshine, running around with a couple of toddlers that you can send to bed anytime you want on some sort of trumped up charges, right? Because you want to have a drink and watch The Price is Right, you know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. It's the most difficult job on the planet. Oh yeah. I thought roofing in the middle of July is a redhead. I thought that was difficult. But these mothers are bending over at the waist, putting DVDs into DVD players. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Dude, any job that you can do in your pajamas is not a difficult job. All right? Give me a break. Just Christ, you're 35 years old playing hide and go seek. You're living the dream. You're living the dream. No time card, no taxes, you're off the grid. Making popsicle stick houses. I mean, it's the most difficult job on the planet. Oprah's not even a mother. How the would she know? Unbelievable. Help. I'm telling you, I'm done with all these chains. I'm done with all of them. You can't get any help. You can never get anybody on the phone. And if you actually get somebody on the phone, you know, nobody can help, but everybody understands. You know, and they're always sorry. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, sir. Yes, I understand. I understand. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I don't know why they transfer you to me. I'm sorry. Well, I would be upset too, sir. I understand. I totally understand, and I'm sorry. And there's nothing I can do, right? And the whole time, all they're doing is trying to get you to curse so you hang up. No, so they can hang up on you. That's all they're doing. They're trying to get you to curse so so they can just hang up on you, you know? So they gradually, but if you don't curse, they can't hang up on you. You can just keep torturing them. Well, why is that? You just keep it going around and around. So then what they do is then they try to suddenly make it your fault. Well, sir, did you know your plane was going to be late? Well, why didn't you call ahead? Well, I didn't call ahead because I was on a fucking airplane. Sir, I don't need to listen to that. Click. Fuck! Right? Then you gotta start all over again.
All of a sudden, it comes back with a vengeance. You can literally hear like the metal the plane's made out of, like. All of a sudden, this dude, like 3 rows back, starts making like these bitchy noises, like, woo, 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 woo. I'm not gonna lie, I have never been so fucking scared in my entire life. Dude, that noise is acceptable out of a female or a child. To turn around and see a 37-year-old mustachioed male going, woo, woo, woo. Dude, the hair was standing up on my arms. I'm praying to a higher power. I don't even believe in the shit. I just wish I had the balls to turn around and be like, dude, would you shut the fuck up? Jesus Christ, be a man. Push it down. Push it down. Deny your feelings. Act like you have answers. Do some man shit right now. Do some man shit. Jesus Christ. You know, you think I'm not up here thinking, woo, wah, I am. Yeah, I got married. That's the big thing. Yes, I did. Very happy about that. I'm very happy with that because it was starting to get weird, you know? It's like 45 years old. Oh, my girlfriend. Yeah, we're gonna go out and get some pop, you know? Going to parties, it was just weird. Because I hang out with people my age, you know, and they all got married, they all had kids, and I just couldn't contribute when people were standing around talking about marriages and kids, you know? I felt like a little kid. They're sitting there going like, oh, the superintendent of the mayoral candidate will be bi-coastal, bipartisan with the Middle Eastern crisis. And it's an advanced learning program. The deadline's May 11th. We have to stop the bullying with the superintendent of the mayoral candidate. And a conversation would come around to me. I felt like I was like 8 years old. I'd just be like, did anybody see the YouTube video where the raccoon stole the cat's food and the cat was scratching him and the raccoon didn't care. He just came in like this, like George Foreman. And then he reached out, he had hands. All of a sudden he had hands. I didn't know they had hands. He scooped it up and he ran away on paws. Been in a bad mood all day, man. Got in a fight with this girl the other day. You ever meet somebody like within like the first couple of minutes of them meeting you, they feel like they can like sum you up? Just like, you know what your problem is? You know, you just have like the urge just to take their head and just mush it into whatever they're eating, you know? You ever have crazy thoughts like that? Can you relate on any level? You never have like urges? You ever drive down the street and see like 30 people up on the sidewalk and you just think, right? You don't do it, you just think it. That's what separates the psychos from the functioning psychos. Yeah, psychos, they just do it. All right, that's a good idea. They get the wipers going, they make a day out of it, right? But a rational person, you like think it through. You start going, man, if I just leave my hand right here, nobody knows who I am. I move it 2 degrees over here. I'm on the cover of Newsweek. I'm instantly famous.
Right here, no one knows me. Like, hey, Bill, you want to go to the cookout? Maybe you could bring that potato salad you brought last year. It was such a big hit. One of the most horrific scenes we've seen in years. Bodies just strewn about. You know, Amy's going to be there. She's still asking for you. You should ask her out. No indication he even tried to stop. Seriously, you're getting older. Put your hands on the dashboard. Put them on the dashboard. You have those? All right. No, I have that stuff all the time. I do. My girl took me to a street fair recently, right? You guys have street fairs out here? You know, they close off the block. There's like shawarma. There's like stuff made out of buttons, right? People with no teeth are making keychains, right? It's a typical girlfriend idea. It sucks, and it's gonna take all Saturday, right? She's all excited. She's like swinging my arm. Oh my God, this is gonna be great. I'm like praying for lightning. Maybe some like scaffolding to fall down on me, you know? No, we show up, right? The first thing she sees is this big table and nothing but homemade jewelry, right? Homemade jewelry. It's got twigs, macaroni in it. It's a table of crap. It's crap. The whole thing is crap. But she loves it. She's like, oh my God, look at these earrings. Do you like these? Do you think these are nice? I just want to be like, no. If they were nice, they'd be in a store, all right? There'd be a roof, some sort of structure would be built around this. This is crap. This is just a table of crap. The guy's even wearing shoes. That's a good indication that this is crap. But I didn't want to ruin a day, so I'm like, yeah, go ahead, check it out. I'm gonna go get some air. Even though we're outside, I think there's more air to be had, right? So I walk like 3-4 tables away, and I come up to this lady. She got this big table of nothing but muffins. Muffins, right? It's like 85 degrees out. She's selling muffins, and she's got this big stupid, look at the muffins I made, look on her face. And the second I saw that part of my brain was just like, dude, what would happen if you just walked up and just said, hey, lady, these your muffins? Oh, yeah? And I just started going, blam, 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 blam. Like, how many of these muffins could I mush before anybody did anything? I mean, realistically, I think I could have got the whole table. Because even if you saw me doing that, it would take at least 5 to 6 seconds to process. Like, did they say he could do that? Is it like a game? Do you eat the muffin off your fist? That just seems like a waste of pastry. You know, there's no security at a street fair. There's no bouncer staying there. He's mushing the muffins. Okay, I'm on it. Sir, we're gonna have to ask you to leave. And they just choked me out. So I just started thinking of the horrified look on this lady's face as I started slamming these muffins. And out of nowhere, I just started laughing like a maniac. Oh yeah, I'm like slumped over this fried dough cart. I'm dying. My girl looks at me. She's like, what the hell are you laughing at? And like an idiot, I actually tried to explain this screwed up thought to her. I swear to God, I'm just sitting there like, I was just thinking, what if I started punching the muffins? You know what I mean? I just started punching them. She's just looking at me like, why do I go out with you? Dude, but I swear to God, if I never broke eye contact the second I started hitting those muffins, that lady, she wouldn't even been able to call for help. I would have been in her head. She'd be like, did I go to high school with this guy? Why would you do that? Muffins are a happy food. I don't understand this. No, I gotta learn to let stuff go. I do, I got issues. I do. My neighbor got her dog fixed. Got this dog neutered, brand new dog, puppy. Got the thing neutered, and I'm like, what the hell did you do that for? She's like, well, you know, if I didn't do that, he was gonna hook up with another dog, then they're gonna make more dogs, and what are we gonna do with all these dogs? It's like, why don't you just let them go? They're animals, they'll be fine. I think that's what every city needs, just a nice pack of wild dogs just running down the street. It'd help with the obesity problem. Just chase people to the cars after they eat some big meal, you know? Just a nice pack of Rottweiler just running down the street. Listen, I'm out of time. You guys were awesome. Thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you.
moved to England, and people always ask me, Greg, why'd you move to England? And I'll tell you why, ladies and gentlemen, a very simple reason why I moved to England. I like to go to a country where I am considered the best-looking person, ladies and gentlemen. It's as simple as that.
Don't tell me you haven't drank too much on a Saturday night and woke up on Sunday and thought, wow, I'm really hungry, but I don't feel like chewing.
I don't know. I rented that movie, Pride recently. Have you guys seen that movie? Anybody see that? It's about the first all-black swim team and the difficulties they had to go through being the first all-black swim team. Let me ask you a question. How many of those white people are evil movies are they gonna make? It's like, it's all the way down to swimming. You know? I'm starting to run out of white guilt, you know? No, it's like those movies. They started off unbelievable. Started off with Roots, right? White guilt was at an all-time high. I could barely even watch it. I'm like, dude, I got it. My ancestors are evil, okay? Please turn the channel, dude. Please turn the channel. They still hitting them? Fuck, turn the channel. This is gonna be on all week? Jesus Christ, turn the channel. Then in the 80s, there was like a football movie. Then like Cuba Gooding wanted to be like a scuba diver. Remember that shit? And now, it's all the way down to swimming, and I gotta admit, I don't think I give a fuck. You know? I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's a recreational activity. Plus, I've been in pools, there's been black people in the pool, you know? I never saw any white guy like trying to like fucking like prevent people from getting into the pool. It's like, are they just like making this shit up? I'm not being a dick here either, okay? Just to clarify, you know, I just want anybody coming up to me after the show like, you know, I was thinking it, and then you fucking said it, and then... I'm not saying that I don't think black people should be allowed to put on some Speedos and go for a dip. I'm not saying that shit. I'm just saying these movies, like the characters aren't even believable. Like they always have to have like that, the over-the-top, uninhibited white racist character, you know? You know that guy, he's a guy like, he's supposed to represent all the white evil, you know? He's like the dude they always have like screaming during the movie trailer. They'd be like, they were the first all-black swim team. Get out of the pool! He's got like a big vein in his forehead. He's just screaming shit, not even looking around, you know? Dude, it's ridiculous. Real racism is quiet. It's subtle. People look around first. They make sure that, you know, they make sure the coast is clear. There's disclaimers like, dude, you know I'm not racist, but these insert group name followed by fucked up conversation, right? That's how it goes down. It's not just some guy just standing up there. There's Negroes in the pool. Do you approve of this? I work at the bank. Can I be fired immediately, please? I'm just saying, can you just make the shit like believable? You know what the honest thing is those movies, they're starting to give me a complex. You know, because anytime they do a movie about a group of people that thinks dumb shit about another group of people, it's always like white dudes. So it's like, are white dudes the only ones who think ignorant shit about other people, you know? No Mexican guy ever walked up to somebody from India like, dude, what the fuck is that? Is that like itchy? Does that bug you? What is it? White dudes the only ones walking around, well, you guys don't eat cows? What are you, a bunch of fags? Well, then why are you wearing sandals? This guy's wearing sandals. This guy's a fag. No, I'm just saying, you know, just balance the movies out a little bit. Like, just have some of the evil shit that black people say about white people, you know, when we're not around, you know? Like, well, what are some good examples, you know? You know, like, you know what I mean? You're hanging out, you had a rough day, you know? What are some of the classics? You know, what smell like wet dogs, right? You got headlights or something like that, right? Just slip some of that shit in there. Get out of the pool! Wash your hair, motherfucker, right? Just make it seem a little more... Dude, I'm just saying, it's all the way down to swimming. I mean, where the fuck do you go from there? We do like ping pong? They were the first all-black ping pong team. They're gonna steal the paddles. Denzel Washington. My daughter's not playing ping pong! You got to go out there and show the white man you're bad, ping pong. right. Well, it's good to be here, man. It's nice to be back in town here in New York. I didn't do shit today. I didn't. I'm a loser, man. Just sat around watching TV and all that type of stuff. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. You know what? I'm sick of pedophiles. Yeah. Sex offenders. Dude, they're on every channel. Everybody is doing something on sex offenders. You know, it's like, dude, I got it. There's people out there touching kids, you know? But it's not everybody. It's a very small portion of the population. So, you know, take it down a few, because you're making it fucking awkward out there. Dude, you can't say hi to kids anymore. I love kids. I love kids. I like making faces at them on the airplane, making them laugh. Now parents are like, is that a sex offender? They start huddling their kids in, making me feel like a freak, you know? I'm terrified of kids now. Remember back in the day when a kid would come walking up to you, you could pat him on the head. Hey there, Rusty, how you doing, right? Now a kid comes walking up and I'm like, dude, get that thing the fuck away from me. Get it away from me. I'm serious, dude, get it away from me. Hands are up high, not aroused, just terrified. Please, for the love of God, I'm serious. Get that thing away from me, all right? Don't need the FBI or that's a catch a predator guy to come walking out like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? No, sit down. That show To Catch a Predator, man, that is horrible PR for white people, huh? Jesus Christ. Can they move that show to an urban area every once in a while? Just catch a couple of R. Kelly's peeing on some kids, you know? Just balance it out a little bit. It's like this every dude walking in that house got to look like me, like, hey, I'm here to fucking 8-year-old, how are you? No, but it's unbelievable. Everybody is talking about pedophiles and all that type of stuff. I don't know. Maybe there's more of them nowadays. Is it like easier now? Because the internet, you know? You know, because back in the day, you had to work for it, right? You know, you had to get an ice cream truck, you had to buy some fudgicles, you had to figure out when the kids got out of school, you pick a straggler, you know? Now you just go on the internet, you just Google www.8-year-old whose parents are falling asleep, you know, you're in there. No, it's unreal. When was the last time you saw a kid riding a bicycle down the street? You're never gonna see that shit again. You never see them playing outside. Parents just have them inside now, man. They're just feeding them, you know? Just making them fatter and fatter. I'm trying to make them unfuckable. That's what it is. That's why you see all these 250-pound 8-year-olds just come waddling out of the house. You can't get that kid in the car. I'm serious. Pedophiles in general are very skinny people. They gotta start chalking up their forearms. They're fucking blowing out their back. It's just a theory, people. Seriously. Honestly. Don't take this shit too seriously. Does he really think that? Does he think that that's why there's... Hi, man. What's up? How you doing? Was this too quick a transition? You know what I mean? Like 9, 10 black dudes in a row and then like the whitest man on the planet. Let your eyes adjust. I was watching George Bush today, man. I don't want to be a dick or anything, but could that guy like rehearse before he gives a speech? You know what I mean? Just say it like a couple of times. How awful was he during that hurricane? He's just walking out, man. He's just like winging it. Walking out on the White House lawn, there's like sun in his eyes. He's just out there like, there was a hurricane. People are wet. People don't like being wet unless they're swimming in a pool. He sounded like a little kid giving a book report who like didn't read the book. He's just up there making up shit like, there was a dog and he bit somebody and they didn't like it. Every night I gotta watch that idiot on the news, or they're doing stories about how fat kids are getting. You see that every night? Every night they're talking about kids are obese now. Not fat kids, not chubby, they're obese.
like bedridden. Like just laying there, like I had my first heart attack when I was 4. I was riding on my big wheel. I couldn't feel my left side. I began to pass out. My head. Yo, I don't want to be a dick, but how do you get that fat that quick? I can see you're 30, 40 years old. You went to McDonald's for 20 years. You got a little gut going. But you're 5 years old. There's no excuse for that shit. I'm telling you, man, that's the parents' fault. You know, stop feeding him. He doesn't have any money. You know, seriously. He can't go get a job so he can go buy more food. He's got to eat whatever you give him. Just put a plate of seaweed right in front of him. Go ahead, eat it. I don't want to eat it. Good, go to bed. Those are your options. I own you until you're 18. Do some jumping jacks. No, but these parents are ridiculous. They act like they have no control. They're like, well, I don't know what to do. I mean, I tried to make him eat a salad, but he didn't want to eat it. He was like, no, I want a cupcake. I said, you can't have it. But then he sat on my chest, and I couldn't breathe, and I just wanted to get up after a while. People, you need tough love at that moment. If your kid is obese and he's still asking for cake, you got to be like, no, you little shit. You're eating carrots and celery until I can pick you up again. This is ridiculous. You got a goddamn hernia on your birthday. Look, I know that seems harsh to be making fun of obese kids. I'll tell you why I'm doing it. They don't really exist. At least to the level that they're saying it's an epidemic. You know, which means when I leave the theater tonight, I should have, like, difficulty getting to my car because of all these fat fucking kids out there like, Jesus Christ, they're everywhere. They're like locusts.